scales, we're down for the ride. Plastic warriors all lined up tight, from the comic shop counters to the late night site. It's the thrill of the hunt, gotta make it mine. I'm out here searching, yeah, taking my time. I'll flip every aisle, don't care what it takes. For that rare chase piece, I'm raising the stakes. Action Figure Alliance, yeah, we're bringing the noise. Rolling deep, rolling heavy with my action toys. Collectors unite, we're breaking the chains. Plastic in hand, we're playing no games. From legends to villains, yeah, I got them all. Stacked up high, every hero, every ball. Every line, every wave, from the past to the new. It's a bond, it's a crew, we're the real toy zoo. Tear it through the packaging, no hesitation. Each piece, a reminder of dedication. Don't call it a phase, this ain't just a trend. These figures got history, they're my closest friends. Action Figure Alliance, we're speaking a claim. Battling for grails, don't care about fame. From the base of the shelves, we're making a stand. This is our world, you don't understand. Paint them, pose and fix them up right. Customs in the works, we go all night. From the rarest grills to the two-out fights, each one's got a story burned in our minds. Action Figure Alliance, yeah, we're bringing the noise. Rolling deep, rolling heavy with my action toys. Collectors unite, we're breaking the chains. Plastic in hand, we're playing no games. We're playing no games. From legends to villains, yes, yeah, got them all. We're after legends and stories untold. Alliance forever till the end of the line. This is our mission, this is our pride. From legends to villains.
Hey, what's up? This is Mython the Python, and I joined the Alliance.
Howdy folks, it's Cato from Cato's Collection, and I've joined the Alliance.
What's going on, everyone? I'm One Oak Customs, and I've joined the Alliance.
Hey, it's Sean.
It's Aubrey. I'm Brenda.
And we're Strut Family Crafts, and we've joined the Alliance.
I'm Travis Moody from A Toy Kind of Mood, and I joined the Alliance.
I'm KJ, aka Black Genghis, and I've joined the Alliance.
Hey guys, I'm Laserpants, and I've joined the Alliance.
And speaking of the Alliance, here we are.
What's going on, everybody?
What's happening?
Welcome to another episode.
Yeah, we are excited about this one. We're always excited. I feel like that's a kind of a cop-out, but we really are. We really are.
I am off of work until Monday. We're going to Retro Toy Con in 2 days.
You got tomorrow off?
I got tomorrow off to get ready for Retro Toy Con. So I priced some stuff for the lobby swap, man. I'm excited. So
that's cool. Yeah, I'm just going to take my couple of boxes that I had from our last couple of swaps. I've got a couple other things I'm going to throw in there, but just kind of see, that's already kind of priced and ready to go. So
I got some loose extra Joes that I have that I want to price, vintage Joes that I'm going to take along with me. So
you already have extra vintage Joes?
Oh yeah.
How does that happen?
So it's like buying a lot or buying stuff and have extras, or I'll upgrade a figure because I have a figure that's missing parts, or I'll buy something and it's like, okay, well, let me swap this out, and then maybe this figure will be $5, So yeah,
you just can't resist it. You're just like, all right, I'll take it.
With going down the G.I. Joe 3.75 rabbit hole, you kind of end up with parts and stuff. So luckily, I'm trying to turn those over. So
right on. Well, hey, let's talk about our guest. Why don't you tell us about our guest?
So tonight we have Mark from Gridiron Studios, and I'm excited for this one because I love what he's putting out. I have a ton of gear from Gridiron. I have the Vamp upgrade, and he has some really cool stuff coming out. They do some great work, and I can't wait for the newest thing, which we'll talk about a little later. But I have a whole squad of Cobra troopers. My Cobra special ops are tricked out with Gridiron gear, and I've been a customer and a fan of Gridiron Studios for a long time. So great to have Mark on the show.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. I've only recently been turned on to kind of that secondary game where you get like add-ons and custom pieces and stuff like that. But I do have a completely decked out vamp that is pretty cool. And I've got, stuff on the way that we're going to talk about, and some other things too. So yeah, it's going to be a good one. We're looking forward to, hearing about, his journey and, like where they're heading and, all that sort of stuff. So, I think we should just dig right in. What do you think?
Let's go.
Yeah. Well, welcome everybody in chat. We are happy to have you, and let's introduce with a nice warm welcome, Mark from Gridiron Studios.
What's up, Mark?
How you guys doing?
I should have had like a button for some applause and stuff. Hold on. Wait. Maybe. Oh yeah. Dude.
Yeah, we got that. We got a couple tricks up our sleeve.
Man, that's nice.
Yeah. So
welcome to the regulars and the new folks that are tuning in. Appreciate y'all hanging out in the chat with us. So Mark, I know about Gridiron Studios. I'm a fan. I've been following your work for quite a while. But some of these folks that aren't familiar with you, tell us a little bit about how Gridiron got started. What were some of the obstacles you've overcome to get where you are? Every successful company has failures and obstacles that they have to overcome to get to where they're at. Just talk a little bit about that and how you've grown over the years and what that's like.
Sure. It's funny because I've been a toy guy my whole life, so it seemed like a natural progression for me. It was once once I had to kind of figure out what I was going to do in my life, that was where it all kind of started. And I had got married early, and a lot of you guys out there know Sandy. She runs all of our shipping stuff. Mm-hmm. And we've been married for almost 34 years. And when we got married, it was, I knew art was kind of going to be my path. And so I started out in some of the like industrial design, some of those kind of, artistic endeavors for school. And that kind of got me over to sculpture. And I was definitely a 3D kind of guy, like hands-on clay, wax, chalant.
Okay. Awesome.
And so then when those days really kind of dried up really fast, like right there in the 90s, there weren't too many, when Toy Biz was around and McFarlane was kind of going hard and all that stuff, there wasn't a lot of work for like freelancers, and, it was all starting to shift to China, and we were starting to see those companies kind of disappear. So I started figuring out, hey man, I better start like doing some of my own product. And I started a company called Build-A-Rama. Mm-hmm. Build-A-Rama was basically, we catered to 1/18 scale initially.
Right.
And all we did
Which has
was
a huge following.
And we did like hand-filled sandbags and buildings and stuff. The funny part was the way I had been trained with like silicone molding, like tooling that way. Weapons weren't really a thing back then because you just couldn't get the materials to work. It wasn't feasible. So I was doing like diorama stuff. So it was like hardcore buildings, destroyed buildings. We had probably, 35 different building models and, everything from like rubble. I think we had 500 products. It was pretty crazy.
Oh, wow. Nice.
So that stretched for about 20 years. And during that time, the funny part was I was, my big love was acting. Mm-hmm. So I had gone, took a bunch of acting classes, went to film school, ended up in California working in acting for a little while. And it was nice because I could audition while I was working, because I was doing business at home. And so it worked out really good for a long time. And then I finally, my kids, my older boys, Quaid and Cullen, had kind of gotten through school, gotten through their life, starting to get older. And Quaid ended up getting his master's degree in industrial design, which kind of gave us a pivotal shift where I was kind of on my way out and he was on his way in, and we kind of crossed paths and said, hey, I got an idea. There's this glaring window that was just staring me in the face. I spent 20 years finding those little niche windows. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't it wasn't that far fetched to say, hey, you know, can we make some AK-47s? You know, the Cobra troops were out and the guns were horrible, and this whole new exciting line was coming, but it, you know, if you guys remember that first wave was funny, right? We were all like kind of glitching, like it was something we were hoping for,
right?
But then it didn't really appear how we wanted it,
right?
And so I know, you know, when that first Duke and that Roadblock and all that stuff started coming, we're like, I think if we can get the 3D technology to do what we want it to do, we could be a viable competitor. Because everything I was looking at was very, I don't want to say it, not to talk down at it, but like it was very garage based, right? It was a guy and a couple machines in a garage making some parts,
which has some great benefits. I mean, I've got some stuff in my collection, yeah, definitely. But.
Well, and usually versatility, like you know, like if you're a company, like some of these companies out there that are working out of their garage and they have a couple machines, they can make a bunch of models because they don't have to make a lot of anything, right? So there's a lot of versatility there, which I think is cool. But we were thinking kind of bigger picture, you know, how do we turn this into a real manufacturing facility with a technology that's kind of a budding technology, right? Mm-hmm. And it wasn't like it hadn't been around, because I was kind of even dabbling in it 20 years ago at an engineering firm. But it was like, now it was feasible. And with my son's knowledge of 3D modeling and my other son's knowledge of IT, and my kind of nostalgic toy, you know, just kind of on a basic toy manufacturing marketing standpoint, I was like, man, why don't we try with a viable product, see what that market looks like? And I think we started with AK-47s. I think it was our first run.
Right.
And ARs, we did a run of ARs. And, you know, because basically it was making that first model. If I knew we could make that first model, I knew we could do, you know, a million variations of it. So that was kind of it, man. That kind of got us on our road. And I remember us having that meeting, though, the first week. We all looked at each other and we made a commitment to not do what everyone else is doing. Make sure that whatever we do, we spent probably 6 months in R&D just figuring out how to make the material different than anything anybody had seen.
Right.
And I think that was probably the best move we could have made, because there was really nothing to compete against. Everybody else was using the same resins, and all of a sudden we kind of show up with this weird kind of resin that was flexible, but yet it wasn't breaking, and it was just a different thing. And so I think from there, man, we just kept looking forward, you know.
Yep. Nice.
It really seems like you had a number of puzzle pieces, and they all just kind of came together to make a really cool picture.
Exactly. In fact, my talk I had with my wife right before we started was I felt so good about the position we were in going forward that we just didn't even worry about like it was almost one of those things where the position the position that we were kind of in, like with making products that nobody else was making. Hold on one second. I don't know what yeah, thanks. So
it's all good.
Distractions, man. Distractions everywhere. So so we're in that situation, man. We're just trying to make products, and this was probably our best shot at it. Like, we saw that there was nobody else doing what this was. Even though there was guns already, there was nobody kind of doing this type of level of detail and level of material. So we just kept going, man. That was it.
That's really cool.
That's awesome.
I was not aware of, that kind of history. But I like the sound of, like I was saying, the pieces just kind of fell into place, and that's really awesome. I mean, that just shows, you guys were set up for some success right there from the beginning, which is cool.
Right.
Which is cool.
Trying to, yeah. Absolutely.
And if Sandy's still in the room, thank you for your great customer service. She's helped me in the past, and I know y'all have some great customer service, so that means a lot to customers. When there is a problem, you make it right, and that's a big deal. So thank you for having a detail, an eye for that, and making sure your customers get what they need.
Yeah, she appreciates that, man. She works really hard at it. We have a whole team that's kind of trying to field it's really hundreds of messages, trying to keep everybody in check, make sure that we're staying on top of it. And we always apologize, man. If we didn't catch you or if a message came through, we weren't overlooking you. It's just a numbers game at that point. We just can't get everybody, But keep at us because
there's nothing wrong with a second request in a nice manner. So
totally, please
don't be afraid to send that second email.
That's right. It doesn't bother.
I have a 3D printer, but everything I learned came from Alan. So he is quite the 3D printer. I think he may have a few questions for you about y'all's process. And
yeah, this, I don't want to turn it into this isn't 3D printing podcast.
Right.
But I am kind of curious, have you found yourself moving to more industrial printers, or are you still using kind of prosumer level, or and you mentioned resin already, but you're doing some FDM too, right?
Yeah. So I would say it's a mix of both, but I mean, I think the main thing now, what you're seeing is that we've scaled up so hard. Gosh, in the last 12 months for sure. When the Vamp stuff came out, and all of a sudden we saw the numbers rolling in for that, we realized, we're hitting there's a soft spot right here. Even after almost 3 years of business, this is definitely a spot that we have to get involved. And so we shifted a lot more to the FDM at that, because then we knew, with weapons, and if you know 3D printing, with weapons, you can, because you're not dealing with a lot of mass, you can really focus in on the detail. So you can make sure you get good machines. I still say, man, after we've had some interesting calls, man, from different companies, and some very big, toy related companies have said to us in the past, they're wondering who's doing our printing, and we keep telling them we do it in house.
Right.
They keep trying to take Colin, because he's our production manager. He runs all the printer. He's like a printer whisperer, man. It's really crazy. Because if you know that business at all, man, it's like those printers have to have a name. Like they get a little personality and a little attitude.
Oh yeah.
Each one wants to do their own thing. So
that is an important skill. Printer whisperer is a good bullet point on a resume.
I think it really it legitimately Quaid, Quaid's, and everybody knows, man, everybody loves Quaid's designs. I know he does such a great job on the hard edge models. They're very clean. I mean, we consider them top of the line. I mean, this is if you're trying to find the right model, this is it. And Colin, it goes kind of underrated because he's doing the real, on the front line work.
Right.
And man, every time I go out in the shop that, we have two different shops next to each other. One that's kind of a design studio, one that's the printing. And it's crazy what goes on in there. Cause I mean, we're well into the hundreds of machines now. And wow. It's, if anybody understands what that takes just to harvest, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, that's a pretty important thing, but it's just fun how it's all kind of come together for sure.
I sell electrical, and I just want to see what your electrical room looks like. So to know what powers all that. So
I'm just thinking all the ventilation.
Our electric bill, it's funny. Our electric bills run about $1,500. It's crazy.
Wow. Damn. Yeah, I'm just thinking about all the ventilation, all the materials handling that you have to take care of. All the maintenance and upkeep. I mean, I run a couple of printers myself, and I don't run them all the time, and it's a lot.
Exactly. And we were almost 3 years solid resin, and that maintenance is just crazy. Just
oh man, yeah,
the sheer alcohol and the all that stuff. So pretty crazy.
Well, yeah, and then the hazardous waste disposal with that kind of stuff is gross.
Right.
Yeah,
and there's so much. That's where the FDM is kind of nice in that sense, the type of plastics you can use and certain recyclable categories and stuff. So
everything's got its place, but and it sounds like you guys have that really nailed down and figured out, which is cool to hear.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at some of these things and I'm like, how is this an FDM print? How is this, what kind of sorcery is happening after this thing comes off the build plate to make it look like this? And it's impressive. I am by no means a professional, but I look at this stuff and I'm like, damn, all right, that's pretty cool. I look at it and I go, how did they orient that on the bed plate? You know?
Yeah, you're seeing it from the technical aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is funny because I think there's, it's I have so many. Quaid and I have a meeting almost every day, but our big weekly meetings, we have kind of design meetings, and I'm an overall designer, so it's like for me, it's designing the toy, making it as functional as I can, making it as cool and nostalgic. That's really almost my charge, right? With Quaid, it's really the functionality and producibility of that part. That's where he comes in, and he'll take what I'm kind of trying to muster up as a nostalgic thing, and then he really makes it feasible for print. And that I think, if anything, that was probably the recipe for Gridiron success. Is that it wasn't. Well, to be honest with you, the cool part is they're not toy guys. So it's not just a room full of all these fanboys, and we're all looking at each other thinking something's cool and saying yes to each other. This is really a matter of, I'll come up with something and they'll be able to give me a reasonable sense as to why that's not possible.
Mhm.
Instead of just saying, oh yeah, that's cool and we'll do it, but it not working.
Yeah.
And I think that happens a lot in this industry, right? Guys will kind of get together and they're seeing it all the same way, not from a different perspective. And at Gridiron, we literally have a 3-tier, almost like a checks and balances. So
Nice.
some things don't work, and we don't hammer it. It just doesn't. We're not beating a dead horse, but
Right.
at the same time, I mean, it's funny because we have the Mech that's out right now.
Right.
That was a design that started 3 years ago.
Nice.
So but it wasn't really feasible because when you go looking at resin, that's not feasible at all.
No.
Like the detail in making a part, but the actual articulation, and if you played with 3D printing, articulation in 3D printers, I don't want to say impossible. It's just so hard to make it look good.
Yeah, it's a pain. I personally have been messing with that, trying to, print some action figures out of resin, and, you get the rub where it, kind of gets that white chalky surface, and you really have to, get your mixture perfect, and let alone, trying to do that with, some FDM stuff, which is difficult too, has its own challenges, but yeah.
Yeah. I think the FDM just gave us a different set of tools, so, and I think with our parts, we have this hybrid thing we call, right? This hybrid model, basically interjecting resin parts and FDM parts together and making them incorporated in each other. That's really probably I don't want to call it an innovation, but that's in this industry that you don't see that very often.
Well, speaking of innovation, I've been buying your products for quite a while, and I've loved the progression of certain products. Like especially like backpacks and helmets and stuff. You started out with the sticky tape or the sticky rubbery stuff on the back.
Far back, man.
I go that far back, yeah. So it's nice to see the peg and the upgrades and stuff, and I love all the detail and the accessories, and it's just it's fun to take photography with figures kitted out with Gridiron stuff. So and the vehicle stuff's been nice. I can't wait to see more of the vehicle stuff. I know I was watching a Toy Kind of Mood at one point, and you had said you need an extra treble bubble, and I got one. I actually got two just for that. So and now I know why. So,
it's hard, it's hard because you have to be, there has to be enough forward planning, but at the same time, like the logistics and speed of market, and if you haven't noticed, we operate really fast, right? We're very fast to market. Now, I was telling her, I think it was on KJ's show that I first said, hey, get a second bubble, and the funny part is the purpose of the bubble. What we're working on now was secondary to the thing we're actually planning on making.
Right.
That's the funniest part. Is like the thing we're coming out with the bubble now is crazy cool, but yet the thing we're gonna do with them is gonna be mind blowing. So it's like, yeah, we're excited because, to be honest with you, we were working on that project looking at the bubble and going, why don't we put legs on the bubble? Like there was that kind of thought, you know.
Shout out to Black Genghis and Tony's Figs.
Oh yeah,
I love watching those guys too. So, and they were on the show not too long ago. So, yeah, show us the goods, man. Let's blow it, put him on the spotlight, and let's show off the goodies.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So, you know, I think with this guy, we were trying to. So this is level 2, basically phase 2, right? We're just trying to not make it so, you know, the same all the time. But this is level 2, and we tried to have something that, you know, I think most people were understanding, okay, what can they do next? Obviously, we're going to put some arms on it, right? But the cool part is some people are getting the hint.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything. But if you see it, you see it. And I think what'll happen is as we're going on, I don't have the full rockets in here, but most people are getting these now, right? The legs are starting to hit. These legs, and going back to the printing side of it, I hope people appreciate what this takes.
Right.
Because this isn't just, you know, you're popping off something off a printer and it's all perfect. This thing is about, I mean, it's like 20 pieces.
Yeah, some sim assembly required there. So,
and tiny parts. Like there is so much assembly that goes into the split of these legs that makes it where there's no, you know, we wanted to do a parting line in the sense that there would be no support residue anywhere. So the cleanliness of the part, when you see it, you know, because it's a mech and we like that look of a, you know, like Robotech or, you know, Gundam or any of those that have a very like cool look and a hard edged look to their models. It's kind of throws you off when you start seeing a bunch of knobby stuff and residue sitting around. So we want to keep the illusion that this is what you're buying. We want a mech to be built. So
you're talking right up Alan's alley. He's the big old stompy robot guy. So I can see him smiling.
I am excited about getting I haven't gotten any of it in, but I've got it all ordered.
Oh yeah.
You're probably coming. I think they said today they're getting, I want to say they're already up to like the 28th or 29th of October is we're running really close to the 15 days right now. Okay. We were at about 18 or 19 and now we've squished it down to about 15 again. Mm-hmm. We're always making that fight to get down to the 15 business days. So
yeah,
you're
distribution is a struggle for in any business, and y'all do everything made in America, and you still ship within about 15-20 days. That's very reasonable, and I appreciate the effort there as someone who has studied industrial distribution and sales and has been in that business in the electrical world for a long time. So y'all seem to do a pretty good job.
Wow. I'm glad you said something because it's you know, we feel like we're beating our head against the wall constantly, and you know, you're just trying to get it out as to us. It's getting it to you the best possible shape it can be in.
Right.
It's not how fast can we throw it in a box and get it to you. So
that's right.
So for us, it's like, you know, we're all grown men. For the most of us, we're grown men up here.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I think everybody understands it. You know, if you're trying to get a quality product, there's going to be certain stages in there. But
we got some guys in the chat from the Grown Ass Men Toy Podcast. Shout out to those fellas. I will actually be on their show Sunday at noon with a toy room tour. So
that'll be a good one. You guys should definitely go out and check it out. But Mark, I want to say that like the little hint that you just gave about, you know, the direction that's going.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm stoked. I'm stoked. I'm looking forward to checking that out for sure.
Dude, I saw the first test today of the level 3, and dude, I'm blown away, man. Because it was, you know, I was wondering, like, can we pull this off? You know, you're going to be doing this with a mech form that hasn't been done like that before, you know, of what that is. And I think when we looked at the test today, you know, I kind of explained what was important about it. to make it feel like it. But Quaid really nailed how that sits on there. And
imagine this was a credit card. Take my money.
Wait till you see what it does. That's like, obviously, you know, we got some cool armaments and we got some cool freaking functionality, but the steel canopy and what it does, it's gonna blow you away. It's cool.
You see this big old cheesy grin? I'm excited for that.
Good, man. That's what we're all in it for, man. That's what's exciting about it. So
I love me some mechs, man. So yeah, just as soon as it comes off, just say, hey, this one's for Alan. We're shipping that one first.
Well, the cool part is, man, so I not to segue too much, but you guys are aware, you know, we do some work with Monster Force on their weapons, and a really good relationship with them and Big Bad Toys now, and with Big Bad Workshop. There's it's exciting for us because you know, everybody saw the teaser of the Gridiron Commander figure.
Oh yeah, you got your own figure, and that's awesome, man.
So the exciting part about that is that's just the start of something special, and people are going to start to realize what that is all about. And and what we're doing right now is working that way. So like, there's going to be this point where it all comes together, and everybody's going to go,
nice. Okay.
So be ready. If you're a Mech guy, be ready. I know, man. I am too, man. So I'm old school Robotech and everything, so I got you.
All right. God, man, I wasn't expecting all that. Like that's really cool. I genuinely super stoked for that.
Awesome.
Yeah, I can't get over it. So I mean, and I'm sitting here, I'm looking at, like, each time you say some of that stuff, I'm looking at, you know,
that
a pretty well decked out vamp over here, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be good.
And the cool thing is, there's so many different attachments that, you know, for the top, you can, you know, it's just so cool. And I like that everybody could trick out their vamp or their stinger or whatever.
Now you're bubble.
What's that? Yep.
Your trouble bubble.
Your trouble bubble. Yep.
So the cool, like our drones, right? We're using all the same stuff, like with the drones. So, and this is kind of a first. Everybody probably knows this is coming. This arm configuration is coming for the regular drones also.
Okay.
So that's all going to be dropping probably in the next, probably during Christmas.
Alan, you want to throw it to my sharing scene, and I'll throw up some stuff from the website. We can take a look at some of those drones.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because there's a lot of modularity to these, that just like the vamp, you know, we left a lot of ports.
Oh, you wanted your other scene, didn't you?
Yeah, the
this one.
The sharing.
Yeah, all right.
That one. There we go.
So we want to see what you're talking about here.
There's a lot of, our drones are all pretty much interchangeable. So you know how we did the legs for the drones, it's similar too.
So we're gonna go back, kind of look at some of this stuff and scroll through. I did notice the micro Uzi, which is pretty cool. I will probably throw that onto one of my future orders for sure. Here's the different mech legs, the black and red and the green.
Yeah,
those are really cool. Some other accessory kits for the vamp and the stinger. And
yeah, if you go up to that bar on the left, you'll see drones right at the very top.
Okay.
If you click,
there we go.
Then you'll see these are all of our drone sections.
So you're going to have tank treads with arms.
You'll be able to do whatever you want with it.
That's awesome.
So cool.
That's cool.
So right now, like, you can put on, what you're going to see is a redesign of our Impact 44, which was our Fat Boy model. It was kind of a big head.
Yeah, old school Mac.
Oh yeah. So let's just say there's a cool homage to that coming in Christmas.
Okay.
All right. But you can kind of tell there's all this stuff is kind of interchangeable. Anything in this drone category is all about the adapters. So like uppers on lowers kind of thing.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's cool.
And so everything will connect to everything, or it
Yep.
comes with an adapter to switch it to that. So I have, I think I have some of the drones down here with a little bit different configuration for my short fuse, along with the kit for short fuse, for my custom. So some great stuff there. And
Can I just direct deposit you some of my paycheck?
Yeah, we hear that a lot.
Are there gift cards? Because I just
There
tell
are.
the wife go to Gridiron and buy gift cards,
We'll be posting again. They're on here. I think they're at the very bottom or something. There's a gift card thing, but and you'll start seeing for Christmas. I think next week we start pumping them out. Yeah, you'll see it.
There we go. Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, it's nice for a lot of the ladies that want to give their guy a gift that keeps on giving.
There we go. And now here's some
it's
of the things
that way.
and here's some of the things that I love that I have purchased over the years, and I love the accessibility. You know, I had a dock customized made with your loadout before Doc came out, and I still have that. He's still in the Army. And
we're going to be doing a revised version of these now.
Okay.
So once the figure comes out, we're able to take a look at what was good and what was bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of times, because when we first come out with it, we're kind of doing it for the customizer or a super fan of that character. So if you really like Doc, we want to be able to give you what would be the ultimate Doc. Mm-hmm. So then when Hasbro actually came out with the figure, they can do it however they're going to do it. And then we just kind of circumvent some of the stuff that isn't quite as nice that we would like to have. And we just try to replace the things that needed. Not all of it's needed to be replaced because some of the items are cool. And I think like the new vest was decent. And there was things that weren't included in our set. But like the backpack, with the laptop, that needs to go in that set. And I think the folding litter or the stretcher is cool.
It is.
So we don't necessarily have to do the stretcher. So we're going to try to almost compress these sets. If a figure's come out for it and we know there's things that are good, we don't want to have somebody buy all the stuff if they don't need it.
Right.
So we're going to try to compress it and then make it a little more affordable, and it can kind of go to a new, almost like a revision of Doc.
Right. And that's the one of the cool things I was going to get at here is you don't have to buy the kits. There's pieces and parts. If you need a helmet, come get a helmet. And there's so many different versions. I love this one. This helmet here, the Phantom Black. I have that on a Valiverse figure because it goes with the Bone Collector. And I still need to get this helmet here. Yeah. That's a cool one. I have a Cobra Lorian with a Mandalorian helmet on a Cobra figure. Just because y'all put it out, I had to do it. And then we haven't even started talking about some of the other things, and let's see if I can find that in here, is some of the mobile walls and stuff. Is there anything coming out for that in the future? Any upgrades to that world?
Yeah, so the MDS, we had the MDS wall sections, like the bunker walls. Mm-hmm. We were doing because we were doing resin with reinforced with Kydex, right? And it was this really cool hinge system that we actually have a patent pending on that integration of the two parts.
Okay.
And so what we decided to do is to redesign into what we want to do with that patent. So it's basically going to be turning into more of a plastic wall. It'll be a little more stout, a little more sturdy. We're trying to make it still all compatible with if you got some of the old stuff, but we're trying to move forward with the next generation of it. Nice. So I think guys that like to build, bases and forts and all that stuff, they're totally, so they're going to dig it because I think it really, all of a sudden it's going to give you that headquarters feel. Now, clearly, if you know how long we've been around doing these, and you recently saw the box that came out from Hasbro, we all understand
Okay.
There. So we're just going to keep pushing forward. So that's what we really decided. Okay, well, if they're going to do that, well, we'll just redesign into something even better.
Nice.
And it's going to keep getting better and better. So we're excited about all that stuff.
That's very cool. Now, I want to make sure people know that you're not just 1/12, you're 1/18 as well. There's a whole world of 1/18 collectors out there, and we don't want to leave that out. Even though the only 1/18 scale I collect are vintage G.I. Joe, but there's tons of modern stuff 1/18 that are in that realm, and it's great that y'all cater to that scale as well.
Well, and you can see too. We take a lot of photography with Joy Toy, and they're definitely, man. As far as 1/18, I mean, nobody's really touching them. I mean, I know people will argue the highest stuff and all that, but this is really like Joy Toys, like their military stuff, not really the fantasy stuff, but the real strict military. It's really nice, man. I've been a 1/18 guy my whole life, so it's. I love all the dime store stuff. They're cool. Right. So yeah, we tried to incorporate some weapons that we know we won't do anything unless we know we can give them a better option. You know what I mean? We're definitely not about trying to step on people's toes and man, this pie is big enough for everybody. We want to make sure that we're making things that collectors need.
Right.
Not something that makes them go, well, there's 3 guys making the same thing. Who should I buy from? We don't even want to play that game.
So
we just want to give them something good.
This is a world that I need some more Western stuff because it's very, very rare to be able to find Western themed items, cowboy hats, old school retro guns and stuff. So it's a world that needs to be explored a little more. If there was one request, I would say maybe touch that Western world a little bit so us customizers can throw some.
Get over to my weapons, man. Start looking at the Winchester and the.
I do have some of those. I do have some of that stuff.
We tried to dabble in a little bit. We definitely need to hit it more. I want to get. We did like the street howitzer and the 30-30s in there. I think we did the 45 Colt. And there's a few we're really I think I would like to. I wish there was a line of it. I think is what it comes down to. But if anybody saw the preview of, did you guys see the pre-orders for the Donner Party figure for Monster Force?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so when that was first, when Bill had talked to me about that and what they were doing for accessories and stuff, it was just such a great freaking concept, man. The thought of this character kind of going through time and the relics that he would have on him, and it became really cool. I was like, okay, I need to get that figured out, and we ended up doing the mare's leg, I think, with that set. We did the mare's leg, and we did the I think there's a Colt in there, and then we did a Tommy gun, some of so that there was some showing the time frame, right, of going through all these wars and stuff. So it was cool. It was just, that made me really want to do more Western stuff because his, he has that kind of leathery kind of pelt outfit, and it'd be cool.
Every time I scroll through the weapons, I find something new. This particular weapon has gone really well with my my Blood Serpent Cobra squad, the Blood Serpent Death Squad. So I have several of these. So every time I scroll through here, I see something new. I like this Star Wars weapon. I might end up having to get that.
Well,
so it's just
Death Squad together for a long time, haven't you?
Yeah, the Blood Serpent Death Squad's been together for a while, and I keep adding to it. And I pretty well have it built out to the squad that I want. And it's just one of my favorite things that I've ever created.
I think we literally make that red for you.
I appreciate that. Hey, we're all about the red and black here at Action Figure Alliance. We love some skulls. We love some red and black. So
I want to point out that Trey is doing this, sharing this webpage and scrolling around for anybody else's benefit but his.
Yeah.
He is doing a shopping spree right now, just going, I need to get that,
and praying that Mark gives us a discount code.
Gosh dang it, man! I wish I had one.
Okay.
We got to hold on because we got Thanksgiving coming.
That's right. Yeah. So
it's
keep
one
that
of
in
our-
mind. Make a list of what you want. Thanksgiving's coming. There will be some nice discounts that Mark puts out. So
Hey, Colin, do you want to run these guys a code tonight till midnight? We're gonna
that'd
get
be
you.
awesome.
There you go. That's awesome.
Hey,
Let's do. What's a good call sign for you guys?
AFA 10.
AFA 10,
Is that Does that? I mean, is that what you? Was that what it is? 10% or?
like Apple F Apple.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yep. AFA 10. Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
You heard it.
You
heard it.
Awesome.
We got it for you guys.
AFA 10 till.
Give them a few minutes to get it set up. It'll be going.
We appreciate that, man.
You got lucky that Colin's still running around here. He's about 7 o'clock. He works around the clock, so it's like,
That's awesome. That's awesome. You know, I want to point out that I like the fact that you guys straddle the line between very current military as well as like the near future stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I feel like there's a miss in that market. You know, everybody is focused on very much the realism and, you know, just getting every little thing perfectly right. And you guys do that, but then you also look a little bit ahead. And, you know, with these drone things and the mech legs and stuff like that. And that, you know, you can bring more personality to your table, to your battlefield and stuff with that sort of thing. And that's where I really get pulled in. I mean, you know, obviously Trey already said that I've got a thing for robots and stuff. So that's not a secret or anything, but
Gotcha.
I like, you know, the future looking, you know, near future, you know, military sort of stuff. I think, and you guys managed to nail that really well. You know, I love all the helmets, and the Predator helmet was even, I mean, that's pretty strictly sci-fi, but
I'm ordering that Predator helmet tonight.
Oh yeah, that's super cool. So yeah, I just got to say, you know, keep it up there. I don't know what Trey's talking about with the Western stuff, but you know, I guess.
No, I get you, man, because there's a balance in there for me. I think, you know, remember, if we can give a collector anything, it should be the confidence that we're founded on what we all love. So we're not founded on a market research thing or what, you know, some study of a particular test that showed that these people like this. This is all literally coming from love and passion of something for 40 years. And I hope that anytime somebody's, even if you don't like what we're coming out with, I hope there's a small part of your heart that can say, I know where that's coming from. I may not be in it. I mean, like Western stuff. I may not be in Western, but I get where that's coming from. You know, some little hidden secret Gabriel Lone Ranger, you know, little fetish from 1982. So it's like some of that stuff is so overlaps it, but I think, you know, on my end, like my portion of this, you know, trifecta thing we got going is that I love to bring that to everyone. Is that, you know, can I somehow do something with this? Right? Can I change something to make it feel modern and feel cool and feel neat, and, you know, so yeah, I hope I'm glad you said that, because man, that means a lot to us, because the if you think about it, what we love, man, going back, I love to make something as if it's in 1985 or 1984, and has a tinge of futuristic stuff in there.
Nice.
That to me is that sweet spot for my memory.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if you think about it, you know, don't get me wrong, I love like military tactical mil spec stuff. I mean, I'm very much a fan of military history and where all that goes with weaponry. But man, dude, when it comes to like how my Joe related life goes,
right?
I love for there has to be a retro connection, or else I'm not in. And if I'm not in, then don't, you know, none of this is worth it, right?
So on that note, I'm kind of curious this might just be a very obvious answer, but I am curious, you know, what kind of things you collect, what have you collected? What are you, you know, currently looking forward to? I mean, obviously, you said years and years of being a toy guy. So let's hear a little bit about that.
Yeah, I've had. I mean, I have a pretty much complete vintage collection, GI Joe collection. I have a fairly. I don't want to say it's complete because I never get into the Final 17 stuff, but
right.
Star Wars, I'm definitely, I've got all the original stuff there.
All the Kenner stuff, yeah.
Oh, all the Kenner stuff, yeah. I have a good couple really good friends here in Arizona that help me out all the time. Dan and Johnny really kind of, they either help scout it out for me, or if they're at a show or somewhere, they'll help me find a piece. But those guys have kind of gotten me a whole new love. I was kind of out of the vintage stuff for a while. I had it all. It was all in cases and everything was good, but I wasn't really finishing anything. I wasn't completing. Mm-hmm. And not that I'm a super completist, but I'm a base completist, right? It has to have like what it all felt like to me. And if it was something that I don't remember, it didn't attach to me emotionally or something, I'm okay letting that go. I don't have to have it just because it has a name on it. Mm-hmm. So I think for Star Wars and G.I. Joe, those are big parts of my collection. I also I'm a huge mecha guy, so I like, I pick up my Shogun Warriors when I can. I got a really nice Dragoon from Comic-Con last year in a box with the leather strap. I mean, some of that vintage stuff is very keen to me.
Nice.
It's just, some of that stuff's so expensive. You're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Do I pull that trigger now, or do I, so.
All right. So Trey did go into some of, what he's got, on his battlefield and stuff like that. I have recently been on a bit of a Shogun Warriors kick. I actually still have, from when I was a kid, my 5-inch die-cast Guy King figure.
Totally, dude.
It is just a prized possession. But there are if you look at Mosho Toy and CCS Toys, they are coming out with some great stuff. I got a brand new Mazinger Z that is just gorgeous. And so I've got my vintage one sitting there, and then I've got my great big new modern one.
Nice.
It's cool. Yeah, it looks great. And they're so colorful and imaginative.
Yeah, they hit like a weird little, there's a weird spot in there I can't get from, how we're all trying to get that little fix, right? This is our drug of choice, right? So I'll go buy some Gundam stuff if I think it's cool. I'll grab a couple of those. I'm not too much of a model builder because we do models all day. So it's but if it's a figure that I want, I'll try to pick it up. But I'll tell you, man, I came across a die-cast Voltron in the box, and man, if that doesn't it was that little 5-inch one that they emulated the old, Shogun stuff. I think it came out in, gosh, what was that? Probably, I think it's late 80s or somewhere in there.
I think it's right about mid 80s. I remember
could have been,
that was one of the first big toys that I personally saved up for with my own money and walked into Target and bought that thing,
Nice. And, man, it's beautiful. And it was a cool story because it was like, I'd gone into a show, I got into a toy shop, and it was a lady had just dropped it off at the shop, and this is up in Utah. And I walked in there and he had it on the table, and I'm like, oh, dude, I gotta have it, man. What is that? And, how much is it? And he's like, it wasn't too bad. I can't remember what it was, but the lady, oh no, that's what it was. The lady, they wouldn't buy it. That's what it was. She wanted too much, but she walked out with it or something. I mean, somehow I had a talk with her about it. And she had just dumped it in the literally she went out to the dump and it was sitting there, at the big dump. It was on a box, somebody had just thrown it in the dump, and she didn't know what it was. She just brought it down to the toy store, the toy shop. So it was one of those weird stories where you got this saved from the total wreckage, right? So it was a cool story. But I'll tell you, the thing I got mecha wise was that Robotech Veritech Fighter Shogun crossover that they had at Comic-Con last year or the year before. The big one, they had it in a box. Oh, you got to look it up, man. It's all PVC or whatever, all that hollow stuff.
All right. Yeah, I'll look. Oh, the big Veritech Fighter, the Jumbo Machinda They're
Yeah.
like 24. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that was done in the same box style and everything.
Yeah.
As Shogun. I think the arm pops off or the missile
Yeah.
shoot. One of those things.
I love that they are still kind of carrying on because there's like a Skeletor and some other ones that are really neat. Those things are great.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go a different direction here.
Tony said you had a good My Little Pony and Care Bears collection too.
Why did you bring
The
that up?
collector says, Mark, what's a hidden gem on the site?
Yeah.
A hidden gem.
They're all hidden gems, man.
On mine?
Yes. Yeah.
You're talking like in my collection?
No, on the website, on Gridiron.
Oh, a hidden gem on the website.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think at this point, if you're wanting any of the, probably because our loadouts
Yes.
are so hard to make that they're probably the first things whenever we look at retiring, that's the first thing to go.
Right.
I think some of the gyms are probably I would think the bazooka set, really any of those kind. I mean the bazooka, the one with the Gustav, those are very difficult.
If I could say one thing, just go, if you have a Cobra Trooper, go buy one of these kits and kit it up, and you will know that it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And the rubber band for the I make my own slings, but this is one of yours. And I really like this whole setup. The helmets, the bazooka, the rocket pack, I think is we nailed that. Mm-hmm.
Way to come out with those canisters where you could pull a rocket out of the canisters, and they're very realistic. It's how they hold them now, so I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I was like, where's my third rocket? It's in the actual rocket launcher. So
there you go.
We got another great comment that made me laugh out loud. Was Lidub says, "Well, about to load up the cart. This is going to be a real selfish Christmas."
And then he says, "Don't judge me."
No judgment, man. We've all been there.
Yep.
Oh man, we have. Oh my gosh. I love it because right now it kind of feels like there's. I know you have a section here on your future buys, but yeah, there's always a bunch of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
There's some, and the level just keeps getting pushed up. These companies are coming out with some amazing things. There's one that I'm going to show off that I was pretty taken aback by. But don't mean to derail us here. You got me started.
It's a great era to be a toy collector.
It is.
really
I think
is.
It's very, very much a golden age.
It's hard to focus on what's what, especially when there's awesome stuff like this coming out. And talk about a little bit more about Monster Force. I know that you're doing the weapons. Do you have any? Are you doing anything with the accessories, the weapons, slings, the pauldrons and all that stuff? Is that all you, or?
No, most of that stuff had already been done, and I know they're having to retool a lot of that, but it's mainly just the weapons right now. We have there's a certain you'll notice in some of the pictures. I think you're going to start seeing our cases, like kind of the elite case.
Nice, I have some of those.
The Alcatraz case, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's I think everybody saw it with I think it was the anniversary of the Monkey Fiction, the chimp head with the suit.
That fresh monkey. Yeah.
So we're excited, man, for we're excited first of all to start seeing some of the weapons come through tooled. And I'll tell you why we're excited. We're not excited because it's like, oh man, we finally got tooling. Because tooling to us, it was never the answer. Because I think when you look at our weapons and if you know our product, most of our product isn't very toolable. I mean, it's very undercuts and we do real vents and floating especially free floating barrels and things where there's detail. If you took time to look at a weapon, it's miniaturized really to some of the really hyper detail.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to tool that, some of that goes away, right? Anything that's undercuts or runs into those problems. So I've been answering the question for a long time. Early on when everybody was like, "Oh, are you going to get everything tooled? And when are you going to go to China? And when are we going to start getting all these cheap weapons?" And I'm like, you got to be careful what you're asking for because you're gonna not like what you're gonna get. I mean, it's
Right.
I get there's a level like we've all accepted. Hasbro weapons are what they are. Whether you
No,
like it or you don't,
I don't
like
accept them because I take this flexible mess and buy
Yeah.
your stuff.
And I don't want to deny the guy that if he's on a strict budget and he's excited to get his new Hasbro figure and he's going to use those weapons. Amen. More power to you. Like that's
Right.
we're not forcing anything down your throat. In fact, nothing we have you have to have.
That's right.
It needs to be something that you want to have. Like you.
That's right.
This is a collection, and I think Gridiron should be viewed as a collection. Like,
Yeah.
if you were a military or a weapons aficionado, you would like what these have to offer in a miniature form. That's all we're trying to give to collectors, is that if you want your figure to have something that feels like our age, right? Where our age we're expecting a higher level of detail. Man, we're not going to be on this rock that much longer. So how do we enjoy this stuff to the highest level, And that's what it's about. And its price is, we've said this before, man, it's apples and oranges to us. What we're making, we're trying to do it at the best price we can offer it. That's all we can do. We can't make it the cheapest thing. We'll never be the cheapest, but we're always going to strive to be the best.
But the quality's there, and that's the truth. And they do run sales, so if you do need to wait for one of those, or you can use that AFA 10 code that you got tonight that runs till midnight. Thank you for that, by the way.
And it's up and live. He checked. So
Awesome. So we're ready to roll. You can buy stuff AFA 10 on Gridiron Studios website up till midnight tonight. Get your orders in and get some cool stuff from Gridiron.
And that's
Studios.
midnight our time, so midnight MST.
Oh, all right. So that's what? Yeah, 2 a.m. Eastern. So nice.
That is
Very
cool. And thank you so much for that.
Don't worry.
I'm going to make you
Glad you
some
can
myself.
No worries.
Well, we've been going for about an hour here, and we had a great conversation, and we're going to probably transition to do some other stuff. You're welcome to stick around and hang out with us if you want to. We're going to show some new hotness and some other things, and so you're welcome to hang out with us, man.
Well, I'll check it out for a while. I got to probably head out in about 15.
All right, cool.
All right. Well, one thing I wanted to show off, and you're going to have to forgive me. Give me just 1 second, because I did a thing that not even Trey knows about.
Okay.
So, yeah. Let me show this. Did you see that?
No.
You didn't see it?
Do it again.
I made a thing.
New hotness. Nice. All right. I was grabbing this. So Mark, you'll appreciate this. This is something Alan prints. And I know he didn't do the print, the design on it, but he prints it and with the hinges.
Sure, yeah.
And the box with the inserts. I think this is really cool. So I have a few of these that Alan's printed for me, and it's good quality. So you can appreciate that stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, Trey, since you're going, why don't you just keep on with the new hotness?
Oh, okay. All right. So it's always G.I. Joe related. So
always.
I got Storm Shadow.
I still haven't gotten mine.
Good guy, Storm Shadow. So I did go to Amazon and get this. I still have one. I need to cancel on Hasbro Pulse.
Cheated.
I don't. Well, it was there, but I don't have Alpine yet, which I want to get my hands on Alpine.
He's supposed to drop here pretty soon, right?
Yeah, hopefully that comes
Some people
out
have him.
soon.
Yeah.
And then Iron Grenadiers. I really hope you do something with these Iron Grenadiers. This is something that I have 2 now. I have many more on order. So there will be a Iron Grenadier squad. I love these guys standing next to Destro. Mezco Destro at that is really cool. And then also got one of the bats coming, or one of the bats in hand, and more of those coming as well. I will say I'm disappointed with the chest plate. If you don't put it in right, it falls out. Hint, hint, Mark. But this head sculpt's pretty cool.
yeah, it's a good figure. So I'm happy to have that and add
That's going to be a nice looking team.
It really is. The black and red and gold.
Yeah.
And
that's a magic combo, man, for sure.
It really is. And so after getting
Veteran William
and Master Wing, you know what I'm coming at with here. This was on sale on BBTS, the Crocker. And I absolutely love this line. I opened this last night and I could not put it down. It's a great figure. It's gonna go with my Mezco Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Leatherneck character, but the Crocker I read the comic book. It goes great with Veteran William and all those other guys. So I'm all in for Fury Planet stuff now. Anything they come out with, I'm definitely have to get some more. But there is that. And then I think I already showed off these two guys. I had to get two more. And I think this one's the one that's sold out now.
And that's one of my favorite figures, man. That Delta brand is crazy good.
It's awesome, and they're going to do different versions of these. I'm just happy to have two, and the extra head sculpts. I've found a way to make some army builders out of a Marvel Legend figure. So we're building the army out for Monster Force, and that's it right now for my new hotness.
There's a lot of goodies, man, in those boxes. Those monsters.
They really are.
Oh, that just makes it so much fun. The fact that you can customize your loadout, all the gear you're wearing, love it. Love it.
It was like there was a little life-changing experience when I started opening that first figure, because I was like, man, when you can start taking off those front panels on the chest protector or the plate protector,
that's cool.
That's crazy stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I don't think I have one figure up there that's loaded out the same, and I really love that.
Yeah.
On the Sleepwalkers, none of the backpacks are the same, because I'm like, okay, each one of these has different configuration because this guy does this and this guy does this. The thing about the Monster Force line is, like, I've already created a custom figure and entered it in a contest and won that contest. So we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
We're trying to get where we're going to be doing Gridiron loadouts for Monster Force.
Oh yeah,
that are going to be Monster Force themed kind of
awesome.
Loadout. Those things, we're hoping to even take that even further, where kind of like what we do with some of the Cobra stuff, right? Where you get if you can squat out your Sleepwalkers in different weapons and different gear, man, more power to us, right?
Oh yeah, looking forward to that.
All right, so I don't have much for new hotness this week, but this one is an interesting one. Because of the fact of I've got plans for this figure. This figure is not going to look like this very soon. So this is a fairly basic Mythic Legions kind of barbarian chick. She's with the bears, and her name is Cassia, which is kind of interesting. But this one is going to be heavily customized. It's going to take a while, but I've got a bunch of plans for it, and I'm kind of excited about that. And that's actually going to end up being a surprise for somebody. So. I got that, and this is kind of random, but it's right here, so I'm going to show it off. I got the final shipment of the Expanse graphic novels from the Kickstarter.
Cool.
Which is really cool, and this is kind of neat. I wasn't paying that much attention to it, but they've got they came with these metal bookmarks.
Nice.
That are really cool. I literally just opened this right before we started the show. So I have not got too much, that's really all I picked up this week. So, and the last one was a surprise. So, that's kind of where we are with the new hotness. Mm-hmm. And then I did another thing. I was having some fun, and it's silly, but I had to do it. I enjoyed it too much.
Alan's our technical guy. If you can't tell,
I made some new graphics. I was like, you know what? We need explosions.
Yeah, I like it, man. I like it.
All right, yeah. It was just something I was goofing around with, and I thought it. I even added the sound effects and stuff, and I was just like, all right, we gotta mess with that. So, Trey, do you wanna bump into your sharing screen and show off what you got ordered?
Yeah.
You guys, I'm gonna take off, man. I'm gonna let you guys go.
Hey, man,
Okay.
Mark, we appreciate it. That was a lot of fun. Thank
Yes,
you
it was.
again.
Thank you very
We will
much,
be,
Mark, and we thank you for the code as well. We'll
Oh,
put it to
absolutely.
good use and get these guys. I'm going to share it out on the to the pages and stuff. We'll get some stuff coming your way.
Hey, real
Well, thank
quick
you
before
for
you
having me, man. You guys are great. I'm
Thank you.
excited to see
Appreciate
where
it.
the show goes.
Hey, real quick before you jet off, are you going to be at any conventions anytime soon that we can
That's a
see
good
in
question.
person?
Yeah.
Probably not, man. We're just so busy. It's like, I mean, I would love to get out there and see everybody. I think we're just in that cycle of we're trying to innovate and we're trying to stay focused, and your shows take a lot of time and energy. So
Yeah. Well, hey, it's a good problem. It's a good
It
problem
is.
to have.
Send Tony with some stuff to a show. Didn't
that's what I tried to do, man. I give him a shirt and have him walk around.
Yeah.
Well, thanks,
thanks,
guys.
Mark.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Thanks,
Take
Mark.
care. We'll see
Thanks
you.
for coming out. All right. Well, that was awesome.
That was very cool.
That was awesome.
I have been a Gridiron fan for a long time, and I really appreciate Mark coming out and hanging out with us. I got a big old smile, if you can't tell.
Oh, dude,
So,
I've got one kind of stuck on here as well. I mean,
Right.
you know, the little sneak peek, you know, that was awesome. Didn't have to do that, and that was super cool, as well as the code. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, super nice guy. Yeah, good things are coming. I'm excited for him, for sure.
And you got a little sneak peek of some of the things you might see in the future from him. So
Oh,
that
yeah.
was cool.
Oh, yeah.
We talked
Yeah,
about the beginning, the current, and the future, and that was the goal for tonight, to kind of to bring more awareness to Gridiron, because they do such great work. And and Mark and his family are good people. We really appreciate him coming out. So
For sure. And there was a lot of comments from chat, and I think Mark's going to make some money tonight.
Oh yeah, yeah, and we're going to share it out too. So we'll get some more folks out there.
Absolutely. Hey, on that note, give us a thumbs up if you liked it, and you know, we always are looking for the subscribes and the shares and whatnot. You know, have to say the stupid YouTube stuff, but we are here just to have fun, hang out with all of you guys, and talk with some cool people like that. I mean, that was as much for Trey as it was for anybody else.
Yeah. And on another note, in the beginning, you saw the people saying their name and that they've joined the Alliance. Feel free to send us your video of you joining the Alliance, and we'll see if we can wrap that into a new intro that we're working on in the future. So
we got one coming on the way from Ace. Hopefully, we're going to get one from Mark. But we're looking for you know, the actual other Alliance members that are here every week too. So, you know, send us something. And we're always looking for your fantastic photos and your shelfies and that kind of stuff too. So, Greg, thanks for subscribing. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thanks, Greg.
Yeah, we're having a good time tonight. I'm enjoying myself.
True Star Screamer says, "Cool people, that rules him out." No, man, you're a cool guy, man. He's a fellow North Carolinian. He's
got a YouTube channel. You are
Check his.
You're not afraid of getting. Well, you're on one side of the camera. I don't know. I haven't seen you in person. We see your hands. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
You'd be like, I joined the Alliance or something like. I don't know. I'm just being weird. By the way, you know, this makes me remember something else weird that I was going to say. I had something strange happen last night, and I'm going to share it with you guys because we're friends.
Okay.
I coughed and I belched at the same time last night.
A kelch.
It was weird. I don't think I'm gonna forget that, but it was a very strange sound.
Now, if you could add another bodily function to that, it one, you know.
Oh man, I think I did.
Other end,
I
and
imploded,
you got a 3.
you know?
All right, so if you want to throw on this shelfie, I got one to show.
Okay, you're gonna do your sharing.
Yeah, do sharing, and I got
All
a couple things to share. And the first thing is going to be...
We weren't doing shelfies. We were doing Take My Money. I did the big cool graphic.
Yeah, we did that. So mine was just ordering stuff from Mark, and everybody's going to get Mark's money. So we're just... Take My Money as everybody using the code tonight. So this is my battlefield at the moment.
That looks awesome.
And I love setting this up. And I thought I was going to be able to put Cobra on here at the same time, and I just couldn't. So, and just so you know, I started G.I. Joe 3.75 in May or March. May. Yeah. So, I went hard in the paint, and I'm still going harder in the paint at Retro ToyCon. But this is the side view. And that's pretty much what I wanted to share there.
That's awesome, dude.
And then I got a couple other things I want to share. Get rid of that. Go here. My apologies on the delay. I wanted to show off this. This is the Grown Ass Men Toys podcast. This is their Instagram.
No.
Go. You can't see it?
We're looking at a Windows Explorer window.
My bad. Stop sharing. Technical difficulties.
That's all right. I can talk more about my couch.
I got it. There we go. You see it now?
Yes.
Okay. This is Grown Ass Men Toys podcast. These three guys are awesome. Go check them out. Alan and I have both been on the Grown Ass Men Toys podcast. Go check out Alan's. You can watch that already. It's out already. And that's where I learned about these guys' podcast. And I asked to be on their show for a toy room tour. And that airs Sunday at 12 p.m., 12 noon. And I can't wait to see, because we had a great time. And
They're some fun dudes.
Yeah. And so this is the thumbnail that they sent me. So we're gonna have a toy room tour.
You
if
got
you want to
a
see
beauty filter on that, or
man, I'm just
clean shaven.
I'm just clean shaven, and I got the lotion on, man. I'm good,
maybe that's what it is. Your wife hit you with some makeup. I got it.
No, I didn't know makeup. My daughter's the one that does the makeup. I do got a new lotion. So
yeah.
So there's that.
You're so full of shit.
All right. Oh, where's the next one? Go back. And here. And there's one other thing I need to share. And we'll get to that in just a second. Here it is.
Don't break those gears. We're looking at Windows Explorer again.
Dang it. All right. I think I got it. I know what I need to do now. Here we go.
There you go.
So, this was my custom entry in the Monster Force Customs and Customizer Collectors and Customizers group on Facebook. And the task was to come up with a character and kit bash or customize a character into the Monster Force world. And I came up with this. This is using a Red Skull body, the armbands from the Red Sleepwalkers, a head from Obsidian Sleepwalker, and this head from Professor X, the one where there's all the yellow and blue X-Men on the cover, and he's got that weird helmet on. This was the extra head sculpt that went with that. I am calling this Commander Zaldron, who is the highest of the commanders of the Sleepwalkers. He can control the gas that controls the Sleepwalkers, kind of like magic. So there's a whole story, a whole backstory behind this guy. He only reports to the Forgotten King and Dr. Calgary, and took some great photos. I love things that force me to do toy photography, and this was kind of that. And I love having a good time with some extreme sets, and I won the contest and was voted. There was maybe 35 votes, and I had almost half of them. So thank you for all that voted for me. Thanks to Jameson for running the contest and the page. He does an awesome job. He has some merch and stuff too. So go check out that on Facebook groups. Join.
Oh, I was supposed to wear my shirt.
Oh yeah.
I
So
forgot.
you can wear it to Retro Toy Con, man, because I'm
Yeah.
gonna bring mine too, and a couple other things. But that's pretty much it. I wanted to show that off.
Well,
Uh,
it is well won. Good job. Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
really cool.
I was excited for that, and that was a really fun contest, and I love it. So, what else?
All right.
That's all I got.
All right. Well, I'm gonna do it again, just because I
Okay.
can. Hold on. Is this it? No, that's not it. Hold on. It's this. I felt my inner Michael Bay coming out.
Michael Bay, nice.
All right, so this is the Take My Money. I'm going to be honest though. They did not get my money as of yet on this Wolverine. I am on the fence. I think I like the body. I like the clothes. I like everything that they're doing. I'm annoyed that you don't get the bare arms. I think they should have had that as an option.
Yep.
And the head sculpts are interesting. Some of them I think look great. I think the ones with the helmet on look really cool. But a couple of the other ones are a bit iffy.
All right, can you blow that up a little bit, because I want to see the third unmasked head right there in the middle. Enhance.
On the wrong way.
Enhance.
Brian, it's being weird.
I don't know. I think that middle one, unmasked head, looks like he's constipated or something. I don't know, but
yeah,
I'm not feeling that. So I have the original, or I have the other Wolverine, the blue and yellow suit, and I'm okay with not having this one.
Yeah.
Unless it goes on like clearance or something, or it goes on sale. I might pick it up then. But did they do a Deadpool?
They call this a deluxe movie.
Did they do a movie Deadpool? Where's the deluxe?
They did, yeah. They
I
call
passed on that too. So
I don't know how they call this a deluxe. Like,
what's the deluxe part of it? There's some slash things that came in the regular one.
Yeah, I don't get it. Maybe because of the extra like it's got some more heads than normal.
Yeah.
Normally their deluxes, like the last Wolverine, came with the big Sentinel base and everything. And
are there bone claws in there too, or just regular?
Those are just regular.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
My wallet is happy that I could pass on this one. So
yeah.
And it's because I have a really good version of Wolverine in my Mezco collection, and the same for Deadpool. Yeah, I'm happy with those. I don't necessarily have to have a new one. So
here's another one that is pretty damn cool. I already have a God of War figure, but this is mine is the older one with the beard, and this looks pretty nice. The buck looks like it's got some really solid articulation. The paint looks awesome. He's got some soft goods there. Yeah, this one's pretty slick. I've never even played the games, but the character design is super cool on this. So yeah,
it does look like a cool character, man. I've never played that game myself, but I've seen people play it, and it does look really cool.
Yeah, so it's a bit pricey at $95, but pretty cool. All right, so I've got one more, and this is the one that I was kind of alluding to earlier that just blew me away. This is an action figure.
Ooh.
So this is a new line. This company has been around for a while doing some other things. I'm not too familiar with them. I think they've done like some Infinity Studio. I think they've done statues and things. But this is an action figure. She is a 1/3 scale action figure. These pictures are going to be bigger here. I mean, at first I thought this was an AI generated.
Is it on a Python body?
No, this is 1/3 scale, dude. This thing is 27 inches tall.
Oh.
That is not a Phison body, although it does have a metal armature. It is a seamless body with a metal armature. It even has, you can even move individual finger digits, and the inside the hands are magnets to hold the weapons easier.
Okay.
Rooted hair. Yeah, I can't get over this thing, man.
If this was a 1/12 scale figure, it would be instant order.
Oh yeah,
But,
1/3 scale is nutty, right?
Yeah.
And it's $1,000, right?
Oh, wow.
$1,000. But I mean, you see where that money's going. I mean, that's amazing looking. Like, holy crap. So here's the thing that got me is, I mean, look at all this crap.
Yeah.
I mean, that's awesome.
But do you have anything else 1/3 scale?
No.
Yeah.
No. And I'm not getting it, but I wanted to show it off. I mean,
well, it looks cool as hell. I mean that's...
holy crap. I mean, the hair, the head, the face. I mean, obviously all the accessories, but man, wow. I was just blown away by that. But here's the kicker is this Angel Force is like a new line for this company. They are going to do like different themes, apparently, is what I've heard. They're going to do like a cyberpunk version. They're going to do, I heard they're going to do at least 3 or 4 different versions. I don't know if it's all going to be the same head, but I expect them all to be probably on a similar body at least and of this quality. And man,
but I take it's going to be that same scale though. No interest in doing 1/12.
Probably not. But if they do like a cyberpunk one and they do it right, man, I'm going to be real tempted.
Yeah.
But that's just a wild one that I wanted to show off. That was really all I had for Take My Money this week. So that one's pretty wild.
I have one more, but it's going to be a new hotness by next week. So I'm not going to show. I'm not sure.
Well, let's just hold off then. I mean, we're going to have, actually, now I think about it, we might have a ton of new hotness next week.
Oh, yeah. We're going to Retro Toy Con. I'm excited, man. I don't have to work tomorrow. We're going Friday. We're hit the road. We're going to Retro Toy Con. We're staying.
Share up your new hotness that you were talking about.
No, it's gonna be a Take My Money. Or it's gonna be it's gonna be a new hotness next week. It was gonna be a Take My Money today, but I forgot about it and then I remembered it. But I'm just gonna wait till next week.
Okay.
So
one other thing that I wanted to share, I think we might have overlooked this one or didn't get to it last time. Ooh. But this is a Fantastic Photos. I don't have a new explosion graphic for Fantastic Photos yet.
I know how you are. You'll make one.
Slacking. But this Jameson sent this one over.
Oh, nice.
I thought it was really cool. It's a good blend of, kind of like an animated, cartoon background with the figures fitting over it just perfectly. I dug it. And I also thought it was funny. The G.I. Joe Jinx, I kind of read as like hijinks.
Yeah.
Nice. With the comic thing. I thought it was cool. So just wanted to share another Fantastic Photos.
Awesome, Jameson, man. That's really cool. I love to see people having a great time with their figures.
Oh yeah.
And making things just and having a good time, man. That's what it's about. So we're here for that. So keep doing what you're doing. He's really active with several communities. So and before the Monster Force world, I didn't know about him, and I talked to him quite a bit now outside the group. So cool, awesome.
He's like a good dude.
Oh yeah.
Well, we are coming right up on 9:30. I am kind of proud of us for that.
I know, man.
How the hell does that happen? Well, guys, again, we've had a really damn good time. We hope you have too. I'm really hoping that we get some thumbs ups and some subscribes out of this one.
Yep.
Yeah, and Tony says, don't forget AFA 10.
AFA 10.
We're like, I just think that's super cool that we got a discount code.
We did. That's awesome. Hey, if you don't ask, you don't know. So we asked him, and we shall receive. So
he made it happen.
Yeah,
super cool.
So hit up Gridiron Studios, use AFA 10, and get you some really cool stuff, man.
Yeah. With that, I think we're going to pull a and get out of here, everybody. So thanks again. We will see you next week with a big fat recap.
Oh yeah.
Of Retro Toy Con. So until then, I'm Alan.
I'm Trey.
Oops. Here we got to boop. We haven't booped it in a while.
Oh yeah.
We'll catch you
I will
guys later.
see you on Friday morning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Later.
Awesome. Later.
Yeah, we were on a mission, got my crew at my side. Scouring the shells, we're down for the ride. Plastic warriors all lined up tight. From the comic shop counters to the late night site. It's the thrill of the hunt, gotta make it mine. I'm out here searching, yeah, taking my time. I'll flip every aisle, don't care what it takes. For that rare chase piece, I'm raising the stakes. Action Figure Alliance, yeah, we're bringing the noise. Rolling deep, rolling heavy with my action toys. Collectors unite, we're breaking the chains. Plastic in hand, we're playing no games. From legends to villains, yeah, I got 'em all. Stacked up high, every hero, every ball, every line, every way. From the past to the new,